beautifully curated Instagram feed to which she frequently posted, documenting each wonderful moment after the next. Kate and I talked about her. What had she been going through, unseen and unheard, behind all those filters? How much did each of us sift out our struggles and pare away personal truths each day as we work to present a more perfect vision for critique by a social media-fueled world? We kept talking. Madison's story was of a life not yet fully lived, a young female athlete facing struggles that, while unique and specific to her particular experiences, could take readers on a universal journey. This, we said, was the kind of story that espnW should bring into the world. Big, beautiful, complex, painful, powerful stories with women and girls as central figures, told through the prism of sports by writers who care enough to tell them the right way. Writers like Kate. 16 months later, after Maddy's family opened their lives and their hearts to Kate, her story was published by espnW and then in ESPN the magazine, with a companion video feature that ran on espn.com and on SportsCenter. It was and remains the most read feature in espnW's history, and the most watched video feature in the history of espn.com. That story, split image, changed the conversation. At our company, certainly, but in many ways in sports media more broadly, and now, with the publication of this book, we hope in the world at large, too. When we read Maddy's story, we feel that we know her. Many of us are Maddy, but for the grace of a few decisions or moments of support that placed us on a different path to a different outcome. And now, here is her fuller story, along with the personal essays and explorations around mental illness that Kate has so thoughtfully crafted in the months since that original publication. It is a powerful and moving work, and one that espnW is honored to have played a role in developing and supporting. It will start conversations, important conversations, about athletes, yes, but more than that, about young people who struggle with pressure, with illness, with life. The audiobook you're listening to is a special work by a special writer. Listen to it, think about it, talk about it, share it. Be a part of changing the narrative.
Author's note. I first met the Holleran family in the summer of 2014, 6 months after Madison's death. We sat at their kitchen table, and I told them I hoped to be able to earn their trust and promised to do justice to Maddy's story. I hope I have fulfilled that promise. Even while dealing with the greatest pain imaginable, the Holleran family opened their home and their hearts to me so that we could tell this story. First as a piece for espnW and ESPN the magazine, and now in this audiobook. They answered my calls and emails, passed along the cell phone number of every one of Maddy's friends, and even granted me access to Maddy's computer, including her documents, emails, and iMessages. A higher purpose drove their transparency. They didn't want Maddy's death to be an isolated tragedy, but rather a catalyst for change. The Madison Holleran Foundation is already doing work to assist those in crisis, placing a special emphasis on preparing high school seniors for the transition to college, which can often be more challenging than expected. In 2016, New Jersey signed into law the Madison Holleran Prevention Act, requiring that New Jersey colleges provide students with around-the-clock access to mental health services. The content of every document, email, and text reproduced in this book is real, though I have occasionally changed or abbreviated the name of the sender when I thought it appropriate. Madison's death has already created much heartache, and I took extra precautions so as not to create more. No premeditated reason exists for why I alternately refer to Madison by both her full name and as Maddy, though it is true to say I felt that, by writing this book, I came to know her, at least in some small way. Chapter 1. Shattered. The night before returning to the University of Pennsylvania for the start of second semester, Madison Holleran broke her iPhone. She was with her whole family at the local TGI Fridays, one of their go-to spots. The iPhone